This is going to be another short AD&D Toolkit tutorial video, and today I want to show you how you can add custom items to the toolkit. I have most every item from the DMG and the PHB accounted for in the toolkit database, but of course we're all dreamers that play AD&D, and we come up with all kinds of items that don't exist. So I'm going to demonstrate that today. We're going to go to my buddy Stillskin here. He does not have anything in his backpack. There's three places that players can store items. Their backpack is what they're carrying on their personal inventory. The mount would be a mount that they're riding, or maybe like a cart that the party is sharing. And then storage would be something more semi-permanent, like their home, or if they're staying at an inn, or maybe a bank where they're storing items, or coins. So we're going to manage items on Stillskin, and again he currently is holding nothing, so we're going to add something. And there's different categories of items: armor, weapons, standard items, and then custom. We want to go to custom. All the way down to the bottom here you'll see an item, a little redundant, but it's also called custom. And you can change this number if you want to add multiple items. For instance, particularly this is useful with items that stack, like arrows. If I wanted to add a dozen arrows, I would do it like that. But we're not going to add those arrows. So we're going to add this one custom item, and then you'll see there it is in Stillskin's backpack. And we're going to click the edit button now to customize this. And we're going to create a name, the Sword of Mockery. And the details on this sword are that it laughs at its owner when used. We'll just put laughs at its owner. And a custom encumbrance. We're going to make it extra heavy because it's mocking its owner. Click submit, and then you'll see here we have the Sword of Mockery laughs at its owner. If we go back to Stillskin, excuse me, you see it here in the backpack. I'm going to switch now to one of my other characters because that's from the player point of view. I'm going to go to Warduke now, who's not only my character, but he's also in my campaign, which means I'm the DM of this character. So when I go to manage a custom item for him, or actually any item, I'm going to see a little more information. So I'm going to add custom item again, like I did for Stillskin, but to Warduke this time. And you'll see it here. I'm going to edit this, and you'll see now there's more fields, more information that I can interact with. So player details, that would be the laughs at its owner that we saw from the player point of view before. Encumbrance we also had on the player form, and the custom name we also had, Sword of Mockery. If I wanted to have some details for this sword that the player was not privy to, but the DM was, I would fill it out this way in the DM details. Likewise, DM base price means this is the value in gold pieces of this item, but this information, again, the player's not privy to it, the DM is. And then same with item is magical. I check that if I want to mark it as a magical item. If I check this box, then the player will become privy to all of this information. And once I submit it, these DM details would be copied to player details as well, because the player should be privy to this information. But I'm not going to check this box right now. I'm going to make this just so the DM knows what this is. And then I'm going to click submit. And then we'll see we now have a Sword of Mockery. And based upon the color coding, you'll see, if you've watched some of my other videos on magic items, the light teal indicates both the player and the DM are privy to the fact that it's a magical item, where this dark teal color means only the Dungeon Master is privy to that. And if I go to edit it, you'll again see the value is in here. But that's pretty much it for adding custom items. Quick and easy, very useful. I wanted you all to see that, and I hope it was helpful. I'll see you at the next video.